flat pick the most definitive sound of bluegrass music? Actually, some people could say it's the banjo, but the flat pick is what gives bluegrass guitarists the power to hang in the mix. Maybe if you're in the UK, you call it a plectrum. I don't know, do you call it a flat plectrum? But without the flat pick, guitar in bluegrass would not be what it is today. Other playing styles might incorporate a lot of fingerstyle, like classical, while other styles might use short, stubby, or thick and round picks, like jazz, to incorporate a fat tone. So what makes a flat pick a flat pick? I wish I could tell you. The only thing I can figure is that it's flat and it's a pick. But there are many shapes and sizes that are preferred flat picks among bluegrass players today. Also, materials. Did you know that material is something that plays a huge part into what makes a flat pick feel good to the player? Now, when I started out, all I was using was that green turtle pick that Dunlop made. You know, it did me well, and honestly, if you're a good player, it still will do you well. But there's some type of hocus pocus that gets into a player's mind that they've got to pursue tone from the pick. And yes, there is a difference. You could argue that it doesn't make enough of a difference to matter, but that's fine. I believe it's all personal preference. I have a problem. I have a serious problem, and I want to try every new pick that comes on the market. And yes, I can tell differences, but the thing about different materials and different shapes with flat picks is you are probably going to be the only one that can really tell a difference. But it still matters, and it matters to a lot of people. So I'm going to talk about it. It seems like all boutique picks are trying to achieve the coveted sound of the hawksbill sea turtle. Now, you might wonder, what does a turtle have to do with anything? Bam! Famously misnamed tortoise picks because it's a sea turtle and not a tortoise. But anyways, people call them tortoise shell picks. And they have a characteristic about them that's glassy, yet a fat tone, and they were the go-to for years for all acoustic music players. Because tortoise shell picks are illegal to produce now, many people will find antique items such as combs, mirrors, or any type of beauty items that were made out of hawksbill sea turtle and repurpose them or cut them out and polish them down in order to produce picks. So there are still some around, but good luck finding them reliably. That's why blue chip picks, Wiegans, and tone slabs have all become a desirable alternative for the famous tortoiseshell pick. These pick companies experiment with all types of different plastics: Vespel, Torlon, PEI, just to name a few, and some of them are using organic material like casein. All of them provide a different type of tone. That's why I have so many. Thickness also plays a huge part. You can go anywhere from 1 millimeter to 1.5 millimeter and even 2 millimeters. I don't know how many people actually use 2 millimeters, but there are some. So to show you the difference in sounds between the varying thicknesses, I'm going to play a sound sample from Blue Chip's 35 all the way up to 60. Apparently, I don't know where my 50 is. But I do have 35, 40, 45, RIP 50, 55, and 60. Tell me if you can hear a difference. You tell me, what difference does thickness make? Another consideration for many flat pickers is the shape. The teardrop has been around for years and years and has been the standard for a millennium. Maybe not quite a millennium, but a long time. We got several people who are using these large triangle shapes. I personally love the large triangle shape. You get a lot of bang for your buck. When you begin to wear down one edge, guess what? You got two other corners of real estate to use, and then after you wear those down, you can kind of flatten out the sides again and make it a smaller triangle. You just got a lot to work with. We've got this round shape. This is an old Golden Gate. This is kind of the OG. And then we've got this, which is kind of married the round with the triangle. This is a piece of Torlon. There's one round edge and you have two pointed edge that you can work with. So a variety of shapes to choose from. Now all the materials, I have about 8 different materials in my hand. Blue chip picks are made out of Vespel, and they actually have a patent on this particular material, like this chemical makeup of Vespel. So they're the only ones who can produce picks like this. Wiegans are made from something. I don't know what in the world they are, but they sound great, and they're like the gateway drug if you want to get into high-end picks. This is one of the translucent tone slabs. I have another tone slab I'll show you here in a little bit. And I remember when they were coming out with these picks, I was following them on Instagram, and they asked, hey, what's this made out of? They said unobtainium, obviously a made-up name, but I thought it was pretty funny. This is what's called casein. It's a milk protein, so it's an organic material, but they can come into all kinds of colors. This is a really cool pink wash one. one. But this is also another color of casing that they can look like tortoiseshell. They sound great, and they do wear pretty easily, but they do sound great. This is another tone slab, and it's made out of PEI. They call this one the Darth Tone. It's a great pick. It's my go-to on mandolin. I really like the clarity that this gives. Honestly, in my personal opinion, this is some of the closest to tortoiseshell that I've ever seen. This is another form of PEI. It's kind of translucent as well. I actually made this pick. I ordered a plate of PEI and traced out a pick and just kind of polished it and beveled it myself. And I really do enjoy this pick. Again, all of them are meant to emulate the OG tortoiseshell pick. This thing is just what the gold standard for all flat picks. But let me tell you something, in my personal opinion, and I know there are a barrage of people that are gonna say, no, tortoiseshell is the best. Yes, I love a tortoiseshell pick. I love the sound that it gives, but I also am sick and tired of the witch hunt that it is to find good tortoiseshell, because not all tortoiseshell is created equal in the sense of some guy could jack it up and cutting it. But what I really love is that we are finding high-end picks. For instance, the Darth Tone slab. This thing is repeatable. Like, I can always order one. I can find it because plastic isn't endangered. It sounds great, and I can order it. Whenever this one wears down, I can get another one. And when that one wears down, I can get another one. And I don't have to go down this crazy rabbit hole to try to find somebody who has made a good tortoiseshell pick. Now, you might have different opinions on what your favorite pick are, and that's okay. You keep playing it, and you keep parading that pick to all of your friends and telling them that it's your favorite. I'm not endorsed. I've met Frank Sullivan like twice in my life. By the way, he is one of the makers of tone slab picks. So I just want to show you how the tortoiseshell sounds versus this Darth Tone. You hear the clack against the strings and kind of the glassy high end, but there's still a lot of body. That's what everyone's looking for in tortoise. But there's still a lot of the same characteristics in this tone slab versus that tortoise. And again, I can find it. This was never meant to be a video endorsing tone slab, but I like these picks a lot. Drop a comment down below. Tell me what your favorite pick is and why. How long have you been using it? Do you have any intentions of trying all the other ones? I have a bad habit of trying every pick that comes to the market. I really do like to dabble.